Arshad Mughal is a committee member in the National Cricket League and is one of the organisers of ladies T10 competition. Arshad will also be umpiring on that particular day, but he'll be not umpiring here, he'll be joining us here. But first, our guest to kick us off in the show is ex-school teacher, now personal trainer, Adam Khan. Adam says that anyone can maintain a six-pack all year round with minimal effort, devoting his energy to helping South Asian men lose 20 to 30 kilograms in 12 weeks. Adam is helping to find new confidence too. Although he's helping men to get in shape physically, he says that good health, happiness and longevity matters more. So Adam, welcome to Living the Life. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Now listen, most of us are carrying a family pack, forget six-pack.
Yeah. Sadly, unfortunately, that's the case, yeah.
Is this reflective of your own journey?
It is, yeah. It is. So I pretty much struggled with my weight for about 10 years. And then after 10 years of lots of training, dieting, and doing what everybody does, I finally kind of figured it out that that's not where you should be looking for the solution. Training and dieting is not the answer.
Okay, so that's what most people are doing, unfortunately.
Yeah. It was obviously, but the first time you hear it, it sounds blasphemous almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the truth is that's not the answer, and that's where everybody is turning to. Would you like the answer?
Yeah, we want to hear the answer. That's what you hear, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, it starts with having the right motivation and the intention and the compelling reason to want to take action.
Yeah.
And then once you've established that, and I often talk about Prochaska and De Clemente's cycle of change. So once you have decided that, firmly that you want to make this change, then it's having the right knowledge and taking the right steps. And the first thing you need to start with is obviously your mindset and acquiring the right knowledge, and sometimes overcoming some limiting beliefs. And that might include things like if you believe that eating after 6 p.m. is going to make you fat. And so you know that you finish work at 6 p.m. and you're starving and you're going to have to eat after 6 p.m. So then you think, what the hell? This is never going to work for me because I can't avoid eating after 6 p.m. Now, if I came along and told you that, look, you can even eat at 1 a.m. in the morning and go to sleep right after, and it's not going to make any difference to your weight loss or gain, then it's going to give you some belief to be able to do that. There's those things. And then there's other aspects, like if you believe that you have to do some grueling workouts like HIIT training, and if you have, say, 6 or 7 stones to lose, and everybody's telling you that the only way you can lose this weight is if you go do hours of cardio or you do HIIT training, and you've tried HIIT training and you found it very uncomfortable, you found it hurts your back, your knees, and things like that, and that's not something you can stick to, then naturally you're going to feel that this is never going to work for me because I can't sustain this. And the same thing with diets. So overcoming limiting beliefs and understanding and having the right knowledge is your first step. And even, like I said, even prior to that is making sure that you're actually ready to change. And that's going to come about by sitting back and reflecting on your reason for doing it. And just trying to get a six-pack or just to look good, they're not very strong reasons. You have to have a strong, compelling reason, what I call emotional triggers, and a purpose. And once again, if you can tie your reasons back to your values and beliefs, and they might include your family, like you want to live longer and healthier for your family. If you've got young kids, you want to have lots of energy so you can run around with them in the park, or you can spend quality time with them, or with your spouse. Then faith, even with your faith, like if you feel tired when you're praying and you don't have energy to pray, and you're always feeling lethargic, and you know that improving your health is going to improve the quality of your prayer, that might be a strong reason. And then there's other aspects of the faith, like, there's so many numerous ahadith that speak about controlling how much you eat.
Sure.
And then there's verses of the Quran, that talk about, excess, and also eating tayyib and halal food, wholesome food. So if you can tie your reason and your purpose back to these things that you strongly, believe in, that ties in with your core values and beliefs, that is going to give you the trigger to move forward. And then, like I said, it's your mindset. Next is your behaviors. Like, your weight loss comes down to nutrition, right? It's about calories in versus calories out, energy balance. But you've got to look at what are the things that are affecting that balance, that energy in portion. What are the things? And you're going to see it's down to behaviors and lifestyles. Now, if you try and fix it with a diet, that's a temporary solution because you're trying to fix, it's a band-aid solution because you've not got to the root cause. Why are you overeating? And you often find that you're overeating because of environmental factors and behaviors and certain habits and routines that you've got into, not necessarily because you're greedy or that you've got weak willpower. Once again, people look at, that's another thing that people kind of blame and try to fix is their willpower and motivation. And I can tell you this, that nobody who maintains their weight loss does it through willpower. They've changed their behaviors and their lifestyles to facilitate weight loss and facilitate that maintenance, if that makes sense.
Well, look, we've got some footage, I think, of you working out. We're going to find, there, it's coming up on the screen shortly. There we go. How long did it take you to get in shape?
Well, once I started focusing on the right things, and that is just training, and that's really nothing to do with the weight loss component. Like 70% of my clients do zero exercise whatsoever, despite me encouraging them. Weight training and training does help. It helps you to build a physique, i.e. your shape. It gives you shape. It gives you, helps you to maintain the weight loss. It helps to increase your metabolism slightly. Helps to look and feel better. It's good for your mental health and so many other things, but it's not necessary for weight loss. I do it because I enjoy it and it helps me with, my mental health and all that. But in terms of how long it took me, once I started focusing on the right things, then within about 6 months, I managed to achieve what I couldn't the past 10 years. So from 2002 up to 2012, I was in the gym almost 10 hours a week, 8 to 10 hours a week. I was eating clean, I was dieting, and I should have actually given you the picture of my before picture. And I was 83 kg at 5'7", and so my BMI was closer to 30, 28, 30. And the thing is though, I was training and I was supposedly eating clean and dieting. Once I stopped all of that and focused on the mindset, the behavior change, and nutrition, all the weight came off, and then I began to see the fruits of my labor.
So look, Eid is 6 months away. So if I want to look buff for Eid, right? I want to look the part for my Eid outfit 6 months down the line. What can you recommend to brothers like myself who are sitting watching right now thinking, what is this brother talking about? Right? Because we have a lot of different, everybody's individual, we've got a lot of excuses. I mean, surely most of your clients come, they've got reasons why they can't do it.
Yeah, well, we make it easy for them. So if I said to you, look, can you start walking 15 minutes a day?
I walk to the studio every day, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes back minimum.
Fantastic. We can slowly start to increase that.
My producer, Majid, walks an hour and a half home, an hour and a half here. That's 3 hours, and he's still trying to lose weight.
Okay. So then we have to look at his nutrition. And we're going to start off with food choices.
Right, straight away, I'm going to stop you there, because Majid eats 6 samosas every night in Ramadan in front of me for his iftar. I can tell you, because people bring food in here sometimes, and he scoffs them down. So the kind of food is really important.
Yes, yes. So, like I said in the Quran, Allah says, كُلُوا مِمَّا فِي الْأَرْضِ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا. So you need to focus on not just halal, but tayyib food as well. And, there's different categories of tayyib food.
Sure.
But I think at the most basic level is eating minimally processed foods. So, you know, if you're eating single ingredient food, so if it's chicken, it's chicken. If it's beef, it's beef. It's not processed and packaged. That would be step one.
But sadly, Adam, we're living in an environment now where food has become king because there's so many new restaurants opening up. Everybody's putting stuff on their Instagram and, you know, X, Y, and Z. People are under pressure to go out to try different things all the time. And unfortunately, not is it necessary, I mean, it might be halal, but not necessarily is it sometimes pumped with the water and various other processes.
True. I mean, generally, it's, you know, processed foods, high fat, high sugar foods are not recommended. You know, we ask you to we recommend that minimize that. So so we have a process what we call food taqwa. We call it food taqwa because we ask everyone to be conscious of what they're eating, not necessarily diet, be on a strict diet, but be aware and conscious of what they're eating. And under this concept that we call food taqwa, and the reason you call it that is because taqwa is God consciousness, right? It's being aware of Allah Ta'ala in all aspects, right? So, well, if we kind of bring that into how we eat and how we respond to food, so you're conscious of what you're eating. So that consciousness is going to kind of push you towards selecting better or making better food choices. Not necessarily a diet. Again, we never ask you to cut everything out or to go on a very restrictive diet. You can continue to eat curries, you can continue to eat samosas, but we'd say, look, control the amount you eat. So it's portion control, and portion control, once again, you can relate that back to the hadith of where Prophet said that, you know, eat to fill 1/3. So, and then there's numerous other hadith as well, and I come across new ones every time, but those are the most ones that, you know, most people know. So there's that. And then there's how does the food make you feel? Like, how does it affect you? How does it affect your energy levels? How does it generally make you feel? So there's a number of aspects of what we call food taqwa. And we try to gradually build that up. So once you have all of that, honestly, you'll find that there is no need to diet. You will start to lose weight. So coupled with your exercise, as in walking and things like that, and controlling your portions and making the right food choices, you'll find that you'll be full. Like, you'll be full anyway. But then even with that as well, we teach you that, look, you should never eat till you're stuffed. Because one of the things that eating till you're stuffed does is makes you feel tired and lethargic. And you know, it actually what makes you want to eat more as your stomach expands and you get bigger. You'll just want to keep you know, eating and eating. And Prophet said, you know, that the worst vessel that you can fill is your stomach.
And how do you keep people motivated once they decide to make that change? Because that's always the hard part, isn't it? You might do it for a week. I mean, many people have, you know, missed the gym, obviously, once they've joined it now. Certainly New Year's coming up after Christmas, everybody goes in for a month and then it's back to normal.
Yeah, so the motivation will come when you see results. So motivation comes through action. Like, people expect that they're going to get motivation first, then they're going to take action. It's actually the other way around. You take action and then motivation follows. The other type of motivation that people expect, that extrinsic motivation, and that's when people say, oh, I need a personal trainer to kick me into shape. So that is very fickle, and it doesn't last. So it can help you get started, but unless you then build habits and routines, that's not going to last. So the first mistake is to rely on motivation. You know, you shouldn't rely on motivation. What you do need to work on, and what we do help you work on, and that's some of what I've just touched on before, is your intrinsic motivation. And to tap into your intrinsic motivation, once again, it's going to go back to why are you doing it? You know, are you training, or are you, you know, are you on this weight loss journey with a purpose? And if your purpose is strong, then you're going to work on that intrinsic motivation. And when that intrinsic motivation is there, and then you create habits and routines, you don't need to rely on motivation every single day. But then, like I said, if we make it simple for you, you shrink the change and you make the change easy and simple, and you start to see results. Like if I said to you now, you know, 15 minutes walking and make these little modifications to your food, and then next week you jump on the scale and you lost 1.5 kg, 2 kg, and you think, wow, that was so easy. I could easily do more of this. So then you do more.
Yeah.
And that cycle then perpetuates, and that's how your motivation continues to build.
Adam, to finish off, anybody wants to get in touch and take up this challenge of 20 to 30 kgs in 12 weeks, what should they do?
I've got a website, khanfitness.co.uk or khanfitness.com. They can get some information there. And on Facebook, I'm Adam Khan, spelled as it's spelled there. And I've got absolutely tons of content and material and a free group on there as well. So
brilliant. Adam, thank you so much for being with us. And
thank you for
may the force be with you, as they say.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Right. I think a lot of brothers in particular watching tonight will need that motivation. So get in touch with Adam and find out what more to do. Right. We're going to take a short break.